welcome to another stream. So as promised yesterday, we are continuing with our base building today. Didn't really get much done yesterday due to me being a bit silly and chasing after a player and then dying and having to make my way all the way back to the base from the coast. But yeah, that's us back in action today. So, what do we have? I've done some upgrades today, so we finally do have a flag on our flag, which is now level 3, and the flag has been raised. I've also upgraded some of the doors, so we currently have 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 metal doors, which means that's going to require like 10 explosives, which does actually put us in a fairly good situation, especially as a solo player. Like, additionally, I finally got rid of this daft wall, which was kind of getting in the way of even putting a fire. So yeah, I've just moved that along the wall, and now we've got the windows covered, and we do actually have all the space to ourselves where we can like put some trash weapons or something, you know. Like, anyway, doesn't matter what we do here, but at least we don't have the daft inconvenience of not being able to use the fireplace. So I guess the plan for now is probably make sure we've got enough food, make sure we've got enough water and heat, and then yeah, we're gonna potentially go and get some looting done. Look for any decent base supplies. Maybe even make our way to Northwest or even Tessie. I do need a decent build. I need an attachments for our west, because currently the storage is just not ideal. Yeah, that's the plan. I guess we can, as always, start with looting status aboard and see what's happening here. So, as I say, we need food. If we do hear an animal, I'm gonna go and hunt it. If no, I'll hopefully find some fruit in here, which are gonna make our life a lot easier. But yeah, that's that. Let's crack on, I guess. We'll start with the wee buildings over here, and we'll see what is going on. So I've got another code lock in the base, and I don't really have any more space to build doors in the base as well, which does kind of mean that I'll probably have to start on expanding out the way and finally build some of my long-awaited compound walls, which I'm really looking forward to, I'm not gonna lie. I do want to get like a wee greenhouse if I cannot have a greenhouse, just like a little plot to grow my own veg, just for those days when we are desperate for food. But yeah, as I say, let's see where today's gonna get us. Oh yeah, sharpening stone. I was desperately needing one of them. Well, more than one, actually. Like as I was saying earlier, like I've been getting so many of them when I played on a like no limit squad server. Like anywhere I went, there was just sharpening stones everywhere. So this is literally my second one since what, 22nd of December that I started playing here. The second one when I actually found. So aye. We also need nails pretty badly. I know I did have a lot of nails, but I've used up what, 130 I believe, 140 just to get our flag up to level 3, like from level 2. So aye. We do need nails. The more the better. Yeah, I would actually quite like to get some basic work done in our base, basically, and then after ideally hit the northwest melee and see what's happening there. Hopefully we can actually get some decent gear. To make my way to northwest or even Tessie, I do want to hunt an animal and get some food ready for the road, basically, because what happened earlier, like offline, I was actually running to northwest. Oh man, I can finally build the bloody sleeping bag. Oh, what a relief. What a bloody relief. And these zombies with one hit bleed are really annoying. Oh, back to the base we go. I've got 9 tarp in my base. And I've just got another 2, so yeah, sleeping bag is. Oh, like honestly, I'm so bloody excited about this. Again, just like I've never had a level 3 flag before. I've never had a sleeping bag in DayZ in all these years that I've played it. So I am looking forward to using it eventually. Well, I'm not really looking forward to dying, but I'm looking forward to being able to respawn my own base instead of a damn coast. And it's got a 60-minute cooldown, so yeah, it is pretty good. Right. I actually cannot believe this is happening. I would quite like to move my storage items here and then leave the sleeping bag in this room on the bed. I feel it just makes sense to have sleeping bag on the bed. Okay, so we've got 5 here. And we've got 5 here. Oh yes. Like, I actually cannot believe this is happening. How can I... Alright. Let's see if we can build this bad boy over here. Yep. Sleeping bag. Happy days. Oh, what a relief. Like, literally. Cannot believe that. That's 5 ruined. And I guess the same happened to these. Why does it not just disappear instead? Aye. Happy days. Actually happy days, like, I know I keep going on about it, but that does make me so chuffed. Make me feel so chuffed. Right, we do need a knife. We also need to sort our inventory. Let's get one of these bad boys on. Are you actually not gonna... Yeah, it will. Finally got someone with a decent... With a decent scope on it. How many 308s does it take now? The question. Tons, right. Let me see how many we've got in it. So we've only had 1. I am chuffed with that as well. we do need a suppressor, which unfortunately we don't have at the minute. But again, if we treat this episode more like miscellaneous rather than actual task, I feel like that's gonna achieve a lot more. Well, we're gonna achieve a lot more rather than focusing on one single task. Let's see if we can actually just do a bit of everything basically, and yeah, see where it gets us. Also, will you take this scope? No. I'm really like confused about what scope the SV98 actually takes. Do I have anything with a scope on it? Nah. Right, we definitely need to visit a melee base. That's a fact. I've got this backpack, but I really don't want to use it because, I don't know, I'm just grudging it. I don't want to lose it, basically. But alright, let's put that SV98 back. Also, what do we need to upgrade it to? Tarv, wire, rope, planks, and 50 nails. That's a lot of nails, but it will be worth it eventually. Right, we do need to get the fire going, and we should probably get rid of some of the ammo that we're not going to be using, so let's reload this bad boy. And yeah, I do feel like Northwest is probably a good shout for us today. Purely because of the amount of stuff that we do need. I'll take some vitamins with me. Do we not have any damaged ones? It's really annoying how you can't actually split that. Like, you can split everything, but not the meds. Or maybe I don't actually have anymore because I've used, well, I have lost them when I've died the last time, so that might be the case. But anyway, let's get a fire going, get our bits and bobs defrosted. See if we've got another mag for our AK. I don't think we do, but let's have a wee look. Or even another standard dice, because I do feel like I've got a couple of guns here, so I can just... Yeah, I feel like that could probably be a good shout. So we've got a 30 mag here. And then if we leave the AK and grab another 30 mag from this bad boy, that'll do us just fine. And then if we do make our way to Northwest today, that way we're gonna get more magazines hopefully. Right, got the SV, or VS in this case, AK, shotty, and that's about it. Right, but yeah, in any case, that will do us just fine, having 230 mags, and I should probably leave all the rest of the ammo that I don't need in the base. We've got some 308s on us for our Winchester, so let's just do that. Don't need any Mosin rounds, we don't really need this, and I've got plenty in my storage as far as I'm aware, so I should be able to just stack it. I really do need to get my storage sorted. As I was saying, I want to keep this room for the sleeping bag, and that room for like all my storage. So once I'm moving all the crates to this room, I'm gonna actually organize everything, because this is just a massive mess and everything's placed into random places, which is less than ideal basically. But yeah, so I've got my SIG, I've got two 30 bullet mags on me. I've also got Winchester with a hunting scope on me and some 308s. Let's see what else we can take before we hit Northwest Airfield. Should probably grab one of these bad boys, or well, two in this case. Yeah, might as well. You know, I'll take gun cleaning kit as well, just in case. I'll leave this just because we've not really got enough space in our inventory, but other than that, I feel like we're pretty much good to go. It's gonna have to, as I said, get the heat buff, sort the food out. Ideally, I'd quite like to hunt something, or potentially get some fishing done, and yeah, just see if we can get fish fried instead, so we don't have to like be worried about we've done that, because it has been a bit of an issue on the server, like getting food. It's like every time I go somewhere I end up having to cut my trip short just because I run out of food, and I've died twice of starvation, which was just not fun, so I'm trying to avoid that from happening again. Which is exactly why I do feel like I should get a fishing rod, get some fishing on the way, but I'm not gonna bother with getting anything from the items we currently have. I'll just, if I find something on the way, happy days. If we don't, we just move on, basically. I should probably grab a wee box so I don't have to go and get bark for the fire. Let's see if we've got anything to open. Yeah, I've got plenty of ammo here. So I get a heat buff, and then the frost out of food, hit the road. Hopefully come back with plenty of loot. I just can't believe I finally got my bloody sleeping bag. That is just make me so happy. And also, to those who just joined, I finally have 5 metal doors, which means someone's going to need 10 explosives to get through to them. And then I've got some wooden ones as well. And once I come back from the looting trip, I'll hopefully have some more nails so we can start working on a compound outside. I've also got another gun rack over here, which is just to store like some trash guns. I will probably shift it upstairs as well eventually, but at the minute I'm happy for it to just stay here. And I'll probably get like a wee storage, like a vanilla type of tent, just to store some wood, so when we need a heat buff we don't have to run outside chopping the trees and stuff. We can just literally just grab something from the box or tent, and yeah, have ourselves a fire going. I've also moved this wall in the middle of a room, which was preventing me from starting the bloody fire. Like I couldn't use anything other than a hand drill, because the wall was so close to the fireplace. Every time the animation was initiated, it would just push me back and interrupt it. So that's sorted. Let's get all this defrosted, and what's up? Alright, there we are. And then, as I said, I'm gonna make my way towards Northwest Airfield. Happy days. To be fair, whilst we are waiting for a heat buff, I'm thinking if I should just run for a quick smoke, because that's going to take us like 5 minutes anyway, so I might as well just do that. That's obviously if you guys don't mind, because it makes not much of a difference me staring at the screen for 5 minutes or me having a quick smoke, and then I don't have to do that whilst we in the middle of an airfield or something. But yeah, how is everyone? Once again, thanks for joining. How's your Tuesday evening? how does it feel being back to work after the festive period, if you're working, that is? I've been back for like, what, 3 days? I had to go back in last Friday, and it didn't really feel like a working day because it was just a 1 day in and out, and yeah, proper back this week, so I've done yesterday and today. It just feels like the festive period and the holiday was way too short. It always does. But yeah, as I say, speaking... Oh wow, that's defrosted already, so I'm gonna check that in, and I'll be back like 2 minutes whilst we're waiting that heat buff. Or I'll probably just leave this outside, just so it doesn't get too hot as well. Back in a sec. Right, that is the heat buff sorted just in time as expected. And aye, let's have some food and we're gonna hit the road. the best food to eat, but that's all I've got at the minute, so... Just gonna check it all in there for the time being. It'll make our life a bit easier. Every time I run out of stamina, I can just grab a bit of food. Right, happy days. Let's start with... Guess that wasn't what I meant. Yeah, let's start with Starry and don't get anything decent here. I mean, we most likely won't, but even if we do, right, let's grab all the food we can as well. That's a good thing about my location, my base location, is we always get some fresh, well, frozen fruit. There's plenty of fruit trees around the base. Yeah, and I'm just gonna make my way up north. Well, northwest, kinda. Another plum. Was that raw? No, it was raw. I thought it was rotten. It probably makes sense for me to just quickly run back into the base and give him defrosted. It doesn't take too long with the fruit. And then in that time, hopefully this damn storm's gonna kinda go away as well. How on earth did I missed a zombie, but a zombie hit me at the same time? Right, let's quickly do that. Aye, so one of them was rotten. I do need the bottle as well, because I've not got anything to drink from. Which is just not the vibe. Oh, have I only got 2? Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, so the plan is I'm gonna head towards northwest at the minute, and then I'm not 100% sure if I should like loot the entire northwest or if I should just loot like east side of the northwest and then move up to Tessie depending on what we got. Right, once ready. Update match should be as good to go, I believe. what I'll do is I'll probably just head north side of the road throughout Starry, and then if I don't find anything decent, I'm just gonna go straight up. I've been looking into Karma Crew and their updates as well. Like, that server looks so good. I do kind of feel like I'll potentially try for the next wave. Even this wipe, I was like, you know what? I mean, we've got like what? I think 2 or 3 weeks before it wipes. I was thinking to even like just leave this alone and go on Karma Crew for a bit. See how far I can get. But then at the same time, I'm like, I've got so much progress on this server, it kind of feels a bit sad to leave it, if that makes sense. Hello, Bevsky. Not much, just heading to the melee. Was working on my base early on. It's nice to see you back. I've not seen you for a wee while now. I hope you're doing fine. How's the little man? Yeah, not much happening on my end. Had a bit of a rough night with my partner tonight, so I had a silly fallout. And yeah, just kinda upset. Playing DayZ to get things out of my head as it goes. Oh, did ya? It's funny how both of us did, eh? I wonder why. But I was wondering, Beth's get asked my partner, so we're just both being a bit childish today. But things happen. I'm just glad we can. I'm just glad that we can solve it all live on stream. Well, hopefully we can. Depending on what room I'm sleeping tonight. Oh, gunshots coming from Carbonino side. Either Carbonino or Northwest. Or VMC actually. That's probably VMC. Let's go to VMC. Yeah, I know. I just wish that ghost wasn't about our life, eh? Oh, I hope so. I can hear food. Well, I would hope we are best pals, because at the end of the day, we've got the best child. Oh god, those gunshots. I did patch ya. Hey Bevsky, please feel free to like and subscribe. I mean, in my head we have made up, so let's just leave the drama at home now. So for those who just joined, by the way, my plan was to go to Northwest, but I've just heard some big shots coming from VMC, so I guess I'm gonna go and check them out. At the same time, I'm desperate for food, and I've just seen a herd of, what do you call them? A herd of deer running up the road, so I am aiming to probably deal with one of them, and then... Nah, the internet doesn't need to know. Internet needs to know nothing. Right, so that's us in Cabanino, and I believe VMC should be just on the other side of it. Love you too, bye. But yes, I'll take the pristine one and put my battery back in it. This server does actually make you need the things like head torch and whatnot, because why it gets dark. It like proper gets dark in here. We have here Cabanino as I've bought, and VMC should be on the other side. I don't know if I want to go to VMC, should I just go straight for Northwest? Yeah, let's do that. There's a big base. Yeah, I do believe Northwest is just behind those trees over there. How right I am, God knows. I will give it a try. should probably just run into that tree line over there and then kind of head up north. And that way we're going to start right at the south end of northwest. Also, the server's got a lot of custom stuff in northwest airfield, just like the northeast. Like, we've got a lot of additional buildings. This has got a bunker, so yeah, it's not one of the regular ones, if that makes sense. But at the same time, as much as I used to love the tiers, loot tiers, you can see on this map here, it starts with tier 1 down south, then it progresses to tier 2, tier 3. It does feel like it is a good idea, and it does feel like it does eventually progress, but at the same time, when you go to NWAF, for instance, it doesn't really feel like you're getting tier 3 loot. Like, you're getting 45 or 9mm ammo, or you know, things like Kevlar vests, which you would normally get in the spawn locations kind of thing, so not 100% sure if it is a good thing. It would probably be a good thing if it was made properly, but again, I'm not the one to judge. I've not spent enough time on this server to actually understand how it all works, but I don't think it actually works as well as the picture says. Oh yeah, another grenade. We need grenades for raiding, so I probably have like 6 at this point. I guess I'm just gonna follow the wall and check every tower until we get up to the bunkers and stuff in the training ground. Or I could always go to the... I thought I've just saw a heli smoke. Or we could always just go to the other side of it. The problem is it's getting dark, and as I said earlier, once it gets dark on this server, it does get dark, like you can't see anything. So I don't know how we're gonna do this. I could potentially just stop this and jump on Karma Crew Livonia, either Livonia or Sakal, and see if we could get like a second gameplay on a different server. Sakal does sound actually quite good, especially with us being in the winter season, but at the same time it feels like the fire needs to be done like every 5 minutes, and the coastal towns do get a bit annoying because it just feels like you run across the coast or you run across the hills and find nothing. In either case you find nothing, so when you run across the coast it's low tier loot. When you go across the hills into like volcanic areas and whatnot, it feels like you run forever to get hardly anything, if that makes sense. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Should we potentially jump... Oh, a heli crash. Right, ignore everything I said, we're going there. That's probably where the where the gunshots came from. I wish I had NVGs. Is that actually a heli crash or is that a plane crash? Because that doesn't look like the smoke's coming from a heli crash. I don't actually know what kind of crash this is, but it definitely doesn't look like a heli crash. Maybe a petrol station? Nah, that's probably what it is. Just a petrol station's been exploded by someone. Blown up. Yep. Oh, we've got a car. We've got a car. We've got a car. And the car's got everything we need. No, it doesn't. Right, what is it we need? Spark plug, 2 of them, and I've not got any. I am gonna have to log off real quick because I am gonna pee myself, basically. So, give me 2 seconds. Right, we're going back in, and yeah, that car is really tempting, but how do I actually get a spark plug is a question. I've got a couple of spark plugs in my base, I think. Like, I don't know why I always do that. Instead of keeping them on me, I just end up leaving them in the base, which kind of defeats the purpose of it. But yeah, let's see what we've got here. I got one of those SU airplanes. Box nails, I'll take that. Not quite what I was expecting in the melee base, but yeah, thank you. Oh, that looks like a truck going from from Ukraine into Russia, innit? Oh, the cannon fodder in the back of a truck. That was the joke. Which is not quite funny, but it's what I meant. Well, that's a bit shit, but it's definitely a lot better than what we've got. No, I've not got a repair kit on me. Oh, it's last. got some extra storage on us. We need the level repair kit for this. But yeah, one of the main reasons why I came here is additional storage, like belt, with additional attachments, and obviously anything else is an extra. So good to see it, that we kinda satisfied at least something. Oh yeah, we'll take that headlight from you. Yeah, it was definitely the petrol stations were getting blown up. Now the question is, who did blow them up? And why are we still getting 22s in it? Northwest Millie? Like, that's what I mean about the server. Yeah, I do appreciate the fact that we've changed it. But since when are you getting 22s? The Northwest Airfield, like. Oh, at least I'm getting some food here. Right. Well, happy days. Hello, hello. I'm not too bad, Radio. How are you? It's been a while since I've seen you as well. How you all well? How was your New Year? How was your Christmas? Hope you had a decent time, like, especially with your family, if that's what you did. Oh man, that's all good, man. You don't have to. Like, honestly, I'm just glad you had a good time. Yeah, we had a quiet one, eh? Like, we just sat at home, and Beth's parents came around for Christmas, so yeah, we had a good time with our family. And then New Year, I think we're asleep by like, well, not asleep, but we're in bed by like 11 o'clock in the evening. Which just shows how old we are getting. Now, to be fair, since the wee man was born, like, it has changed it for us, so... Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad you're spending with your family. It's the best sometimes, you know, like, yeah, you want to go party, drink and whatnot when you're younger, but once you get a bit older, you realise that it's not really about that. If that even makes sense, like. Anyway, it's getting dark in game, so what I'm gonna do is I'll probably switch to Livonia, which is hopefully gonna be daytime. And to do that, I'll probably just start a new stream. So, yourself, Radio, I believe we've got Chernarus here as well. If you don't mind just rejoining on that, I'll start in about 5 to 10 minutes. Because I'd quite like to leave the... Because basically the long story short is I'm going to be using these streams from Salvation to make a video, and that's why I'd quite like to basically keep Livonia separate. So what I'll do is, because the night time takes at least an hour on this server, instead of just sitting and faffing about for an hour, what I'll do is I'll switch the server to Karma Crew, and then once we're in Karma we can, yeah, basically just mess about and not really care too much about what happens. So sick how it is, but I'm gonna have to update it real quick, and if you give me like 5 to 10 minutes, as I say, I'm gonna start a new stream. So I'll end this one here. If you are here, don't forget to like and subscribe and whatnot. But as I say, give me 5-10 minutes, I'll start a new one, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. Right, thank you very much, and I'll see you shortly.